perolehan, soal kelulusan tanpa tanda, ini semua tak boleh.
Seorang penjawat awam antara 4 individu diremah bagi membantu siasatan berhubung isu tender.
Dan Perak bersetuju melanjutkan antara proses tender penjualan tapak.
Dua lelaki termasuk seorang bergelar Datuk ditahan reman bagi membantu siasatan kes pemalsuan penyata akaun untuk mendapatkan tender.
Good morning, welcome back to our EDU Vibe Studio. So, I will start with what is public procurement actually. How we can easily understand the concept of the procurements. It's referred to the purchase of a government and the state-owned enterprise for goods, services and work for the public purpose. Okay, as a public procurements account for a substantial portions of the taxpayer money, governments expected to carry out their function efficiently and with a high standard of conduct in order to ensure that high quality of service delivery, necessary good to the people, and also to safeguard the public interest. Okay, we know that procurements of purchasing also is called very important to the government because we know that it is a government functions. So every government departments, they need supply, equipment, services and other materials to accomplish their missions. Public procurement is the largest expenditure in economic development. So all level of governments, departments are engaged in the procurement. The very nature of the procurements and the use of public funds in the government procurements is involved in decision taking. Such decision will naturally be influenced by the discretions. And of course, discretion in turn may be influenced by the bias. And then this will open opportunity for the risks of the corruptions. Reforming and regulating the public procurement could lead to improve the general governance and also accountability, which will be beneficial to the supplier, purchaser, and of course, ultimately to the general public.
Assalamualaikum, I am Hudarhana binti Mizarudi Asmat. Okay, this is the history of procurement issues. Procurement issues in Malaysia can encompass a wide range of challenges and problems related to the acquisition of goods, services or works by government entities or organizations in the country. Okay, corruption in public procurement refers to the bribery, embezzlement, and abuse of powers. Corruption in procurement is a major problem across the world because it inhibits fair competition, wastes the public resources, impacts markets, and erodes public confidence. The issue of procurement integrity relates to a lack of honesty, ethical behavior, and adherence to standards during the purchase process. These concerns have an impact on the procurement system's fairness, transparency, and trustworthiness. When there is a lack of responsibility for acts or choices made all over the procurement process, accountability concerns occur. These difficulties can obstruct integrity, transparency, and efficiency, leading to fraud, corruption, and misapplication of public resources. Transparency actually in procurement involve instances in which information is not open, clear or accessible within the procurement process. Transparency in procurement operation is critical to ensuring justice, accountability and public trust. Without transparency, it could give rise to corruption, discrimination and incompetence. There is a news from BH News about the MACs, the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commissions. They detained 7 people suspected of being part of a cartel organization that monopolized hundreds of ministry and government agency bids over the last 7 years. The retention of the individuals engaged is thought to have crippled the project cartel syndicate and government bids worth RM 3.8 billion. According to the sources, the cartel in question is reported to have monopolized 345 bids from various ministries and government bodies around the country and is thought to have been in operation since 2014. The syndicate is thought to have the help of insiders to guarantee that firms under its control are permitted to enter the tender and that one of them succeed. The cartel strategy is to pay bribes to insiders in order to get knowledge on specification, ceiling pricing, department prices, overall participation, firms qualification, and the best time to deliver tender forms and bids.
Hi, I'm Iskandar and I will explain the procedure and process of procurement need to be followed. As a general rule, there are companies that seek to apply for goods and services to any government agency must first register with Ministry of Finance as a supplier through an electronic registration system via MOF website known as e-Perolehan website. There is a specific amount for each contract that need to be followed as stated here. Now, I will explain about the procedure of procurement in Malaysia. Firstly, the department need to obtain requisition from various units where they need to state whether needed or forward to procurement division of each unit. Next, preparing technical specification, which is they need to prepare technical specification for each company whatever requirement for the materials. For example, the Ministry of Health in Malaysia prepare technical specification for medical requirement, specifying the requirement features, performance standard and specification. After that, the department need to prepare tender document by stating the condition including bank guarantee or cash, address, date, time of closure, tender as well what class of contractor if needed. The next step is advertising the tender. The department then need to advertise the tender by inviting bidders at least in local newspaper or in Perolehan website. Next, evaluating bids or tender from the supplier. After all application received, they need to evaluate bids or tender from supplier, which is involve committee and technical committee. For example, the Department of Defense evaluate bids from multiple suppliers for procurement of military equipment, considering factors such as technical capabilities, quality, and also pricing. Next process is preparing paper for the board. The secretariat then needs to prepare paper for the board and come out with report to the procurement board. After that, procurement board meeting. During procurement board meeting, they will decide on bids received, which is headed by Secretary General or Chief Executive and at least one representative of Treasury Board. Then they will go through the technical report and financial evaluation and supplies, so they can either accept or reject the recommendation of technical board and lastly select the best bidder. After selecting the best bidder, the next process is making offer to the successful bidder. They need to make offer to the successful bidder by contacting the bidder. Then preparing of document and signing contract by legal representative. It will be done to complete the process. After that, receiving and certifying the process of goods. The supplier will deliver the goods or services and then the department will receive and certify the goods. Here, they need to identify the goods delivered are in good condition or no shortage or mistake during delivery. After receiving of goods process complete, the buyer, which is the government, needs to make payment after delivery of goods, normally within 30 days. And the last process is distribute all the goods to the user or unit which is requested for the goods. The government needs to distribute all the goods to the user or unit which is requested for the goods. So that is the normal process that usually occur in the procurement process. That's all for the procurement process. Next, we will continue with the next part.
Alright, let's take a moment to focus on the importance of public procurement. Public procurement is a vital process through which the government acquires goods and services from private businesses. Today, we will discuss 3 key reasons why public procurement holds such significance. First and foremost, public procurement offers numerous economic benefits. By engaging in public procurement, the government fosters increased competition among suppliers, which ultimately drives down prices for consumers. Lower prices not only benefit individuals but also contribute to a healthier economy overall. Moving on, the second reason why public procurement is important lies in its development benefits. When government engage in strategic procurement practices, they can obtain better value for money, reducing pressure on public budgets. This, in turn, leaves government agencies better prepared to invite private investments. Effective public procurement systems contribute to the growth of a vibrant private sector by helping governments maximize the return on on their investment. By supporting growth, public procurement plays a crucial role in driving economic progress. The third key aspect we will discuss today is transparency and accountability. Transparent procurement procedures have a profound impact on the efficient allocation of resources. They promote increased competition, which leads to a higher quality procurement and budgetary savings for government and taxpayers. Moreover, transparent public procurement practices help lower the risk associated with investment, thereby attracting more investment and boosting the involvement of small and medium-sized enterprises. This, in turn, promotes a more inclusive and diverse business environment. In summary, public procurement is an essential process that significantly contributes to various aspects of society. It enhances economic stability by increasing competition and driving down prices. It supports the development of sustainable business models and fosters growth in the private sector.
More important, when Malaysia was formulating its national anti-corruption plan, we look at 20,000 records of cases that have been received by the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, and from the total we found 43% from the cases are focusing on public procurement. In fact, in the National Anti-Corruption Plan in Malaysia, there is a chapter to focus that we need to really look into public procurement, because that is one area that we have to really address and go to the bottom of the problem and do it once and for all. Not only in terms of putting the right legal solution, but we need to make sure there's real commitment, the culture change, that the people must understand that this is important for the country.
Assalamualaikum and hola everyone. So today I would like to share with you guys a few strategies by our government to ensure procurement is done properly in our country, Malaysia. So firstly, our government established a procurement policy framework that guides the entire process of the procurement. This includes detailing guidelines on procurement planning, bidding procedure, evaluation criteria, contract award, and contract management. For instance, when planning a major infrastructure project, the government ensures that the project requirements are clearly defined and the bidding process is fair and transparent. This helps to prevent favoritism of buyers during the procurement process. So secondly, by creating a procurement authority, the Public Procurement Department, PPW, serves as the central authority responsible for overseeing procurement activities in Malaysia. The PPW is tasked with developing and implementing procurement policies, providing guidance to procuring entities, monitoring procurement performance, and taking necessary action against any breach of procurement rules. For example, if a supplier is found to have provided false information in their bid or engaged in collusion, the PPW has the authority to take discipline action, including blacklisting the supplier from future government contract. Thirdly, adopting electronic procurement. The government's e-perolehan system has revolutionized the procurement process by shifting it to an online platform. The supplier can submit their bids electronically, eliminating the needs for physical document and streamlining the entire process. This system enables real-time tracking of procurement activities, facilitate efficient communication between procuring entities and suppliers, and enhance transparency. For instance, supplier can easily access tender documents, submit their bids securely, and track the status of their submission, ensuring a more efficient and transparent process. So now you guys know about the strategy taken by our government to ensure that procurement system is done properly in our country. So how about we continue to our next speaker for another information.
Overall, I can say that public procurement is essential for government to use it in order to efficiently and transparently to acquire products, services, and also labor. It can encourage competitions, responsibility, value for money, local development, innovations, and also knowledge transfer when it's applied properly. To maximize the potential benefit and reduce risks related to public procurement, it is crucial to address challenges and continuously improve the procurement practices. That's all from us, and thank you for watching.